We'll stop it before it goes too far, perhaps.
Yes.
So if you could only choose one out of your 8, you had to discard 7. You left that question off here.
I did leave that question off there. I'm going to have the one I really like is Crowded House, because it's just that one when I'm just on my own and I want to hear a Maori choir. I'm going to go for that.
Okay. And obviously the Bible and the complete works of Shakespeare are stashed away on the island.
Fantastic. It's going to keep me going.
So you're allowed one book.
I'm going to have a novel called, it's by an American writer called John Irving, called A Prayer for Owen Meany. If you've never read any John Irving, he's just the most extraordinary, fantastic writer. Probably the closest we've got to a sort of Dickens of the modern age. So all the characters are just that little bit bigger than life, and yet they ring very true. And A Prayer for Owen Meany is it's a book I read when I was travelling, and it's his best as far as I'm concerned. And it's a life-changing book, really, about this extraordinary person who predicts his own death, and then you see what happens to him. Just a unique character, and it's just a brilliant book. I could read it again and again, so I will on my desert island.
It doesn't get weird until the very end, does it?
It's kind of weird all the way through. It's kind of weird all the way through, but
Brilliant book.
Particularly weird at the very end.
And the luxury that you're allowed to take.
I want a really big grand piano, and I'm going to learn to play all these pieces that I haven't learned. I have to do it all by ear because I haven't chosen a book which is actually going to be any use. But yeah, I'm going to have a big grand piano, which is going to miraculously stay dry and in tune on the beach.
And you're not going to chop it up to lash into a raft?
Certainly not make it into a raft, no. I can't bear it.
Good. So thank you very much for sharing your desert island this with us.
All right.
Are we going to sing again?
I'm going to sing again. Yeah, there's a lovely, I think it's a lovely song. Just when we went to Spring Harvest for the first time as a family 3 or 4 years ago, the person leading the worship was Graham Kendrick, and I thought, it's going to be really naff if it's Graham Kendrick, isn't it? It's all about the 80s guitars, and we'll sing Shine, Jesus, Shine and stuff. And then, so I was sitting in the chalet, because obviously both of us couldn't go to the evening celebration, because one of us had to stay in with the kids. And he played this song, which they obviously sang in the tent, and I just sat there with tears flooding down my face. It was I think it's the most extraordinary song. So that's what we're going to do. I think we've got some words, but we'll see. This is one of the only times I've done a request at my last church, where I had sung this for them, I think during communion at some stage. And my saintly church warden asked me if I would do it again before I left, so I did.